This is a Mk7 Transit van. We've only just bought this. My son's bought it. I went with him obviously to pick it up because I've had a transit van in the past. And those of you who had transit vans or know of transit vans, they rust like anything. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I checked on this van to find out whether or not this was worth buying. We thought it was. It's got some issues, but let's show you around it and show you what to look for if you're buying a second-hand Mark 6 or Mark 7 transit van. Right, so this one's an 09, so let's have a little look around it. Now, things like this wasn't too much of a problem. This wing's obviously had a bash and is a very dented wing. These are bolt-on wings, they come straight off, and a replacement wing for that's about £45. And also, Jim is in the business of spraying, so he's a body car repair specialist, so that's not going to be an issue for him. So we go around the outside, we'll see what other issues this has got and why we bought it, even though it can look a bit scabby and a bit sort of dented and stuff like that. So again, all places where you have to look, this has got some surface bubble rust there. Again, a little bit of rust there. The flap on the door's not shutting properly. That's just easily remedied. Now the side door, the common place for these to go is along the bottom of the side door. But this one, although it's got a little bit on it, the trim's come off there, which we're not worried about. So that's going to be okay. Now you've also got the outer seals along here, all the way right the way along. Got a bit of surface rust on them. And it's a bit scabby, but I've actually been underneath and the inner seals are all okay as well on this side. So coming towards the back wheel arch, again, this is looks very, very bad, but again, that is only the actual wing itself, and that's because dirt collects around the back, as you can see as I'm pushing there, look. And that's a typical place where they actually rust as well. But again, that can be cut out and dressed, not a problem. Now looking in here, in there is your suspension mount. You can't probably see. Let's put a light on if I can. There we go. That is a rear suspension mount up there. And you don't want any rust around there. Otherwise, you'd have to repair and put patches in. That one's okay. Coming around the back here as well. My van had all rust along there in that chassis member there. Which you want to make sure that's clear. Which this one is as well. And also coming in here, you can probably see the inside of the arch there. That's all original, that none of that's been touched, and that's all still perfectly solid in there. So that really is just a cosmetic repair. That can be cut out and a new piece put back in, so that's not a problem there. There's a couple of little marks on the door which we're not too worried about. The handle, the mechanism off of the plastic catch is broken off. Again, that's not an issue, so that's getting a new handle off of eBay or wherever you go to supply your parts from. Again, tyres all looking okay. Coming around to the back of the van, another place where these are renowned for rotting is the bottom of the doors there. And in this case, again, they look okay. The locks are okay as well, so that's all pretty much okay there. And most of the stuff on this is sort of below the skirt line, so to speak. So coming around this side as well, again, all looks pretty much original in there. Same sort of stuff where the dirt collects on the back of the wheel arches. That's not structural, that's okay. But again, that can be dressed. Look at the earth that caught up in there, look. And that's why they rot out there. And again, towards the back of the car, everything looks okay there. And also the mount, as I said to you, where the suspension is up there, is fine as well. Again, outer seals are okay. They look original. And I've also been underneath on the inner seal. The only problem you've got, if I come round to the front here, you're not going to be able to see it here, but just inside there, there's a hole there which needs a patch welded on it, and that's where that bracket is flapping about there, as you can probably see. Again, front wing, all these it's just surface bubblage. Now the door is a bit of a state, but this driver's door had some sort of lock on it. We've actually got another door to go on there, so Jimmy's not worried about that at all. And basically, once he's done all that sort of lower tidying up there, the van shouldn't be too bad. There is a few small dents in here, which is not a problem. Coming into the cab, again, it's a bit untidy. It's got a couple of marks there. It's got a complete bulkhead in there, which I'm not sure whether or not he's going to be leaving in. And the inside's generally tatty. Put the key in and just have a look on the dashboard. I'm going to start it up. There we go. It's got 106,000 miles on the clock. We have got a couple of lights up, namely the traction control light and an engine management light there. So that's what we're going to be looking into. The radio works, the dashboard's just all dirty basically, it's all grimy. All the steps are okay, I've had them out and had a look up behind there, so all the steps are okay there. I say the seat just wants to clean up. A lot of people put covers on them, so we may or may not get around to doing that. We'll just have a look into the back. But all in all, it's a pretty straight van. Coming around to the back, it's got a tow-in hook on it as well, which is also very handy. And I've just been down to the wood yard in it actually, so I've got some work I need doing on the posts at the back there, so that's what I've used there. Again, just pretty untidy. It's quite commonly a ply line van, but again, that can all be removed and replaced at the end of the day. That's not a big job at all to do that. And yeah, so that's it. As you can see, the door card has been taken off over there, and they've obviously had a look at it, and it's the handle mechanism. We had a quick look at it yesterday, so we were happy with that. Now, one thing to look for, let's come around the front here, is down the front, just behind the front wheels, you've got them chassis rails here, these things. Now, my one on my Transit van were absolutely rotten all the way through, but I've looked on both sides of this, they're actually fine. There's no rot on them whatsoever, so that's a bonus point. I just want to open up the front for you. So, one other thing to look for on these Transit vans is the inner wheel arches. All mine here were rusted inside here, and basically great big holes there, but these are pretty solid. There is a little bit of surface rust there, but that is literally, I've had a good poke there, and that's all solid. So that just takes some a wire brush and coat it with some rust treatment and then repaint over that, so that's not a problem there at all. And likewise, again, I don't think you can see down there, but these inner beams, maybe you can see on this side a bit better, the inner chassis members along there on my one were all rotten, but these are actually fine as well, so that's a good sign. My inner wheel arches there as well were all rotting, and I had to take all that lot out, lean it over, and I actually fitted new inner wings from an old Transit van which wasn't rusty. So yeah, there we go. The colour of this one is tonic, so it'll be getting the paint for that. As I say, it's done 106,000 miles. We've just got some new oil to do an oil service on it, and yeah, so a new wing's going on it. That'll be painted up pretty soon. And as I say, these chassis rails, as you can see on the inside here, are all looking absolutely perfect, so that's definitely what you must look for as well. And even up, my one was rusted up behind the spring there as well, and I had to weld patches into that one. So I've been underneath, as I said, all good, everything's good. So basically it's a cosmetic job on this one. Lucky enough, the bodywork underneath is okay. And as I say, with regards to the welding that needs doing on the front of the driver's side sill, on the inner sill there, it's literally just a patch. And if you want to see all the welding I done on my Transit van, which was a Mark 6 Transit, this one's a Mark 7, I'll leave a link below to the playlist to all the work which I done, and that will show you in depth the rust where they occur most regularly on these Transit vans. And one of the other places as well is right along underneath, if you lay on your back there, I'm not going to do that now, along that chassis rail there at the back, that's another place where they commonly rust out as well. So there you go. All this is going to be a work in progress for Jimmy. The doors are all straight, which is a great thing. So yeah, there we go. So I'm going to start off doing a little bit of investigation to find out what fault codes this thing throws up. I've got the engine oil to change, so I'm going to be doing that. You'll be watching that a bit in another video anyway. So yeah, that's the Mark 7 Transit, folks. One thing to look out for, as I said to you, is the rust on these in the places that I've shown you. Do check out my playlist below so that you can get a good idea of what to look for if you're going to buy a Mark 6 or Mark 7 Transit, because rust is your biggest enemy on them. Anyway, I'm going to leave that one here. Hope you found that interesting. We'll see you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.